Is not just a threat to Chicago, but a threat to what is sensible about this country. And as mayor of the city of Chicago, we're not going to bend or break or cower to someone's threat. We're going to stand up and unite around our shared values, and they have my assurance that I'm going to protect the families of this city.
Impedes us, if he knowingly harbors or conceals an illegal alien, I will prosecute.
And while Homan says there are no plans for family separation, President Trump's immigration surrogate offered this blunt take.
You need to take the child home with you?
Democrats seem to not be able to get the memo, right? As you saw from the intro, Tom Homan, the border czar for Donald Trump, had decided to visit Chicago, I believe a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, at the time of me recording this video. And as you saw, I did short clips because I'm going to react to more of a 2-minute clip after this, but I kind of want to set the groundwork here. You saw that he's like, we're not going to bend or break. We're not going to do this. And I don't understand how Democrats can sit here and tell the American people the border's secure. There's no border crisis. Remember when they was trying to gaslight us saying that the border was not an issue? You see Eric Adams shutting down migrant shelters because they can't afford to maintain these people here. Chicago is near their budget shortfall. They're about to get a downgrade in credit because of the fact that they can't find funding, and they're trying to raise taxes on property. Chicago people are going crazy because they voted for this guy because he said, hey, I won't raise your property taxes to pay for stuff. And this man, instead of kind of cut stuff, he doesn't want to cut anything. Brandon Johnson don't want to cut anything. So instead, he increased the taxes for Chicagoans by $6 million, I believe. So that's an extra $138 for Chicagoans to pay on their property tax. He also increased taxes on plastic bags just to find ways to fund their projects. And it makes no damn sense. And illegal immigrants in Chicago took about $900 million, almost $1 billion out of the Chicago budget. And if Brandon Johnson was smart, all he had to do was work with Tom Homan, deport a lot of these illegals, and he will have a lot more freedom in his budget. But he doesn't want to do it. For what reason? I already explained it enough in nauseam on my channel. If you don't know the reason, I believe that Democrats are doing this for political reasons because they know illegals benefit them. But I digress. Biden DSS announced work permits extension for migrants, even as majority of jobs go to migrants. If anyone wonders why real wages for working class families have declined, look no further, one congressman said. Because of the fact that, majority of these new jobs, right? We created so much jobs is not benefiting Americans. And this American last agenda is what really is hurting the Democrats and Joe Biden. Biden-Harris administration freed a illegal alien wanted for child rape into United States of America. The illegal alien from Ecuador was later arrested and deported by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. But the fact that Biden lost track of if you look at the statistics, we let in a lot of criminal illegal aliens into this country. And Biden just, catch and release. And we have suffered the effects of this. Many Americans have suffered from the effects of it. If you go from Lincoln Riley to numerous incidents that happen because we allow illegals to go into the country unvetted. This is what Joe Biden done. And before I continue with Tom Homan's comments in Chicago, I want to show you a clip of Scott Jennings rebutting this attack line that the Democrats are trying to put. He's trying to deport families together. And end of the day, if you don't follow the laws, you have to face the consequences. And we can't continue rewarding people who break our laws into the country because you create a incentive. If we continue incentivizing people coming into our country and breaking our laws, you're incentivizing people to not respect our country. And that's what's happening. Many Americans feel that illegal aliens have taken advantage of our kindness. And this is why Trump won. But I digress. Let's look at this segment with Scott Jennings.
Major parts of our economy, and they say, by the way, we don't want you. We're going to deport you. So we really need to have
we obviously are a nation
of conversation.
And we do use immigrant labor in this country, and it's very important. But you can't have a country without laws. And the political reality is that the American people believe the border is not secure. They believe the immigration system is a mess. They believe the politicians in Washington have failed. And they believe this has gone on and on and on. And a major reason he won the election is to clean it up. And part of cleaning it up is saying, if you came here illegally and you don't obey our laws, we're not giving you special privileges anymore. That's the political bottom line. Why did Joe Biden throw out all of his executive orders on day one that led to this crisis?
a better job traumatizing over 5,000 children, separating
How many
children
children has this administration lost track of? Do you know? It's tens of thousands.
Yeah, the Trump
tens of
administration made
thousands.
it impossible to have any way to be able to
Where have you been the
reunite
last 4 years, honestly?
families.
I mean, the Biden administration
nobody's done a good job with
has
this,
done
Scott, but,
nothing
you know,
but make this worse. The political reaction to this in November was to go back to Trump because they believed he had it under control and could get it under control.
Jenny-
That's the name of the game. You can't have a country without laws. Quote, if you come here illegally and you don't obey our laws, we're not giving you special privileges anymore. That's the political bottom line. Scott Jennings continues to educate these woke CNN panelists. I'm telling you. And then these people wonder why Americans don't trust them. And I got another video for you guys coming up, but, you know, we'll focus on Eric Holder. So here's not Eric Holder. Here's Tom Homan's comments about Chicago and where he wants to start his operations for deportation. Let's take a look.
If your Chicago mayor doesn't want to help, he can step aside. But if he impedes us, if he knowingly harbors and conceals an illegal alien, I will prosecute him.
President-elect Trump's new border czar says mass deportation efforts will begin right here in Chicago and issues a warning to Mayor Johnson.
And that's not all. He had harsh words for others, the mayor, as well as Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Sylvia Perez joins us now with more.
Yeah, his name is Tom Homan, and he's Trump's hand-picked man for border czar. He recently spoke at a Northwest Side GOP holiday party that you just saw and told the crowd he plans on verifying the status of asylum seekers and, as you heard, arresting anyone who is found harboring migrants who they are looking for, including Chicago's own mayor. He called out both Johnson and Governor Pritzker, saying he wants to meet with them, but the invitation came with some harsh words.
Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks.
I mean, if you've seen how red Chicago got. I remember during the election, one of the states that I was looking for to see public sentiment was these strong blue states, and see how close the margins are in those states. That was going to tell me where the wind was going. And what, Harris won Chicago like 5%. Usually that's a safe 13 double-digit lead. Chicago was I don't know, it's not Chicago. I wouldn't want to say that. New York was closer than Texas was for the Democrats. Like, make it make sense. All this, Texas is going to go blue. Texas is transforming into a Democratic state. And the narrative in 2024 is New York is turning more red than Texas is turning blue. And it's because of this border issue. And it's like, Democrats can't read the room. Certain Democrats can, like Eric Adams.
In what might be a sign of the end of New York's migrant crisis, the city is closing 25 of its more than 200 shelter locations over the next few months, including the Randall's Island Giant Tent encampment, where we've repeatedly covered violence, and the Floyd Bennett Field encampment, where there's been flooding concerns and many neighbors have protested.
Yeah, the fascination with these woke Democrats willing to go to jail. I think it's a Colorado governor. I hear in California they're trying to make it a super sanctuary city, whatever the hell that means, and I don't think they have jurisdiction to do that. And I never seen a party, and I mentioned this before in one of my videos, critiquing the Democratic Party and how they continue to get exposed. Like Anna Kasparian talks about how they don't listen to their voters. They want to pretend that, something's wrong with the voters. No, something's wrong with you. The voters are clearly telling you something. You can't rule over people who you do not, like, your priorities do not align with them. They're not going to give you power. That's the bargain that politicians make. You give me power, and I will use that power to do something for my people. And it seemed like Democrats operate more like an oligarchy, like almost like a monarchy. No, you follow what we say. We tell you what you want. And I'm like, yo, that messaging don't work. It's not working. You saw it with Scott Jennings. He's finishing telling this lady, yo, we're a nation of laws. You talking about 5,000 children getting traumatized, Bro, what about American children? Why are you treating these people better than you treating citizens themselves? If I do something wrong and I go to jail, aren't you separating me from my children? What if my wife do something wrong? Aren't you separating her from her children? What if your 16-year-old do something wrong, he goes to juvie? Aren't you separating children from their parents? Like, what standards are you applying this for? And all this is a blatant attempt to mask your power. You know you benefit from illegal immigrants, and you don't want them getting out of the country because you losing political power in this country. You're losing political leverage in this country. We've seen the stats. We know the stats already. If you give the illegal immigrants an opportunity to vote, overwhelmingly, I think it's 65% plus, they're voting for Democrat. And that's going to give control of the nation. You make this a one-party nation if we allow that to happen. This is why many Republicans are against amnesty. But to sit here and pretend that it's for some virtuous reasons, who you tricking? Who you fooling? Nobody. But I digress. I'll let the video play out.
And we spoke with Chicago Alderman Ray Lopez, who met with Homan privately. He says the messaging may have been too harsh, but Pritzker and Johnson should be working with the federal government to deport migrants who are breaking the law.
If you are here and undocumented and trying to go about your business, then let's figure something out. But if you are here choosing to engage in gang activity, murder, drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, or sex crimes against minors, then absolutely, your number has come.
Governor Pritzker's office had this to say about Homan's comments. It is no secret that Illinois will face countless baseless attacks over the next 4 years from the Trump administration. Rather than responding to every ridiculous boast from Trump lackeys, Governor Pritzker is focused on what he was focused on during the first Trump term, leading our state with competence instead of chaos. Homan, by the way, was acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement during Trump's first administration and is known as the architect of the Trump administration's zero tolerance policy. Scott?
I find it so funny. Oh, I want to lead with competence and not chaos. But like everything they said, it's almost a lie in a way. Like you out here releasing illegal aliens, you freedom. Like you want to go. Let's go through. I want to end all this video with this, right? Because I'm sick of their little like attack lines, right? Let's go through a list of current topics. Biden causes largest surge of illegal immigrants in U.S. history, New York Times. Majority of New Yorkers support Trump's mass deportation policy. This is why Eric Adams is doing what he's doing. I already showed you a clip of that. Guatemala human smuggler arrested for mass casualty events, hide out in Colony Ridge. Judge blocks Biden's administration from giving DACA recipients Obamacare. They're taking resources from us. Chicago's being my number one example. You see how the people are struggling over there. You see how Brandon Johnson is increasing taxes on Chicago residents to pay for illegals to come here. And people are like, it's to stay here, sorry. And people are like, why don't you just deport them? We know 400,000 criminal aliens were let into the country. We know that already. Canadian intelligence admits that illegal immigration into the U.S. surged since 2022. But, Trump is not handling it as good as Biden. Trump handled it better than Biden. Biden had more illegals cross the border in 2 years than Trump did his entire term. What are you talking about? Look at the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. College tells international students to return before Trump takes office, offers to shelter illegals. Make it make sense. Trump's borders are to sanctuary cities. Let us in jails or face exact results of you don't want. Trump on deportation will send the whole family very humanely back, won't be separated. Okay, you don't want them separated. Okay, you're an American child. You can't be in this country by yourself. Go with your family. Trump made the joke that they can decide whether they want that can go. You can take that. That can get deported, or y'all go together. But Trump's like, I'm not going to be the one forcing them. All I know is, hey, I'm gonna apply the law. Hey, you were here illegally. You shouldn't be here. Bye bye. America's like, yeah, I agree with that. Ridiculous, man. But they keep playing cover for them. That tells me, yo, they benefit from illegal immigrants. I don't care what Democratic commenter come on my comment section and try to justify this stuff. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart. That's a lie. Stop trying to front. I just did a video how y'all fake virtue got y'all in this mess in the first place. Because when your hypocrisy gets called out, y'all got nothing to say. So stop it. Get some help. Stop it, please, Democrats. Stop it. Democratic voters, please stop it. We know you this is not out of the kindness of your heart. We know that you gained from it politically. You gained politically from illegals being in the country. So stop stop pretending it's in the best interest of Americans to keep illegals here when they're causing budget shortfalls across the nation. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with Tom Homan? Do you believe that Chicago mayor and the Chicago governor are doing a disservice to their constituency by continuing to allow illegals and continue to allowing their state and city to be a sanctuary city? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.